Women take a long time to respond to you because of one major thing that you are doing wrong right now. Most likely, you are completely unaware of this. Unfortunately, it is such an unattractive thing to women. It's such a turnoff. Now let's go ahead and talk about exactly what this thing is so you can finally flip the script and change for the better. What's going on, guys? My name is Hassan from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about why she takes forever to respond to you. Now, if it's your first time on this channel and you want free and regular and consistent dating advice, make sure you smash that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you don't miss a thing whenever any of my new videos come out. So women take a long time to respond to you because you are subcommunicating low value. Again, you subcommunicate low value. Now, what exactly is that? Low value is basically the things that you say and the things that you do and the way that you carry yourself and the way that you text her. Those, most likely, you are showing up in a negative image to her because you don't believe in yourself, other women don't find you attractive, and you have a scarcity mindset. Most likely, through what you're telling her, you are not indicated that you are a confident man. You are not indicating that you are a man of higher value. Now, how do I know this? Well, it's pretty clear. If you are texting a woman and she enthusiastically responds to you every single time and she's really engaging with you and she's not taking forever, then obviously it's because she's interested. But when she senses low value, she pulls away because she loses interest. And here's the funny thing. Many times, women aren't even aware of the fact that they just lost interest in a man. They think, there's just something off about this guy. I kind of lost interest and that's why I'm taking forever to respond in hopes he'll get it. But for some reason, I don't know why I lost interest. The answer is pretty clear. She lost interest because you subcommunicated low value, most likely in one of the three ways that I'm about to explain later. But it's very important that you get this, because if you don't, you'll unnecessarily text her longer, not be yourself, show up as a low value man, and just say things that are not necessary, that just make you look more low value instead of high value. High value is attractive. Low value is repulsive. It's unattractive. It's a turnoff. And at the end of the day, guys, let's be completely honest with ourselves. If a woman really was interested in you, she won't just take forever to respond to you. Unless, of course, there's an exceptional case, like she's at a party, she's super sick, she gets out of work late. But most likely, 9 times out of 10, she's not. And to be honest, if she really is interested in you and she's still playing these games because her friends told her to, then what you do need to do is just toss her to the side immediately, because that's a toxic pattern that you don't want to be a part of. But instead, now let's cover the 3 main reasons how you subcommunicate low value without even knowing about it. So reason number 1, you text her way too often and right away when she does. You see, now here's the thing. When you are texting a woman and you're texting her, you're telling her about your day, you're incessantly texting her, one text after the other, telling her stories and just writing her paragraphs. And hours later, she responds with like 1 or 2 sentences. And then here you are right away responding again, right when she does. She starts to think something's off about this guy. He just responds right away. Is he not busy? Does he not have a social life? Does he not have any activities that are fun? Does he not have any friends? I don't think he thinks highly of himself, because if he did, he wouldn't be doing this. Now, again, here's the funny part. More than likely, she's unaware of the fact that that causes her to lose interest. But on a subconscious level, she starts to feel uncomfortable. She starts to feel, I don't know, something's off about this guy. He's giving me too much. He barely even knows me. He's texting me all the time, and he's just coming off unglued, making me very uncomfortable. Now, here's the problem. Now that you understand why you're doing it, because you have a scarcity mindset and a low value mindset, it's time to change that mindset and instead focus on other things besides her. As a matter of fact, she shouldn't even come first or second. She's not on the priority list until she earns it. Instead, focus on hobbies, focus on activities that you like to do. I know it sounds generic, but it's actually the truth. Because what happens when you start focusing on things outside of women that are actually beneficial to you, activities, going to the gym, ways you can improve your career, your future, you start to shift your focus, and then naturally you have an abundance mindset. And when you naturally have an abundance mindset, you're just not going to sit there texting her all the time and waiting for her texts. And instead, because you're busy, you'll respond when you're free, and you'll be nice and concise, not incessantly texting her paragraph after paragraph, but instead you'll back off a bit because you'll naturally be busy and naturally focused on something else. Reason number 2, you are too nice to her. Guys, as the saying goes, nice guys finish last. But here's why that quote is very, very, very misunderstood. Nice guys finish last, not because they're kind people, but because of the word nice. Most of these nice guys aren't actually kind at heart or being kind because that's who they are. They are being nice to try and win the woman over and please her just by being nice. If you think about it, that's kind of a form of manipulation. You're trying to manipulate the woman by pleasing her by being extra nice, even though that's not who you are. And the problem is she can sense that from miles away. When you're out on a date with a woman or you're just texting her and you're being extra nice, she knows that's because you want to win her over and that's not who you are. However, if you're a naturally kind person and you're just kind to people by nature, then do you. But I'm letting you know right now, if you're just super nice for no reason, because you want to put her on a pedestal and get in her pants or get her to be your girlfriend or whatever, that's going to backfire because women can sense that shit from miles away. Trust me, they're way ahead of the game. Now here's the problem. Back to the low value things. Being in a scarcity mindset and in a loser's mindset, to be fake and not who you really are, to put on this nice mask, so to speak, to try to win her over. If you're doing it just to try to win her over, that is such a low value indicator to her. And again, she can pick up on that subconsciously. So when you do that, it is such a turnoff. It makes her feel so uncomfortable. She knows he's being nice just because he wants to get in my pants. And what's even worse is he doesn't even know how this works. He doesn't know how attraction works. But instead, here's what you need to do. Instead of focusing on, I gotta lock this woman down, I gotta be super nice just to please her. Maybe when I'm so nice, she's gonna forget about all the jerks and remember me and just naturally fall in love with me. No, that's a load of shit. Instead, focus on being authentic. Focus on being your own man. Focus on being you. Focus on talking how you talk. Focus on being who you are. Focus on improving yourself and following the activities that you like to follow. Focus on saying what you mean and meaning what you say. Because women, at the end of the day, they love a man who is his own man. A man who is authentic, he's comfortable in his own skin, and he's comfortable enough expressing who he actually is and what he wants. Now, you see the difference? When you focus instead on authenticity and being who you are, just being yourself and being comfortable in your own skin, that's actually attractive to women. But when you put up this fake facade, this mask, so to speak, of just being a people pleaser and being nice, that is such a turnoff to women. Like, it's so cringeworthy, you don't even know it. So just focus on that instead of being nice. Reason number 3, you are way too indirect when you're interacting with her. Guys, most guys, understand this, most guys are too afraid of being direct with a woman and honest about what they really want. So instead, they go around in circles and ask the girl, how's your day going? What are your plans for today? What are you doing next week? And this, that, and the other. Now here's the problem. When you are talking in hints, you are literally behaving like a girl. That's what a girl usually does when she likes a guy. Instead, because of your scarcity mindset and your fear of losing a woman, here's the funny part, you're texting her all the time, incessantly, 100 times throughout the day just because you don't want to take the risk of potentially expressing yourself honestly and authentically for what you really want. Instead, because of cowardice, you incessantly text her, and that's just a turnoff to her. Again, back to point number one. You're texting her all the time because you have a low value mindset and you're afraid of losing her, and you just want to be too nice. You want to latch on. You're too afraid of her walking away. And now you're too afraid of being authentic and expressing how you really feel. Most guys have the mentality of, oh, if I just text her enough, maybe she'll understand that I really like her. It's too early to take her out on a date. That's too risky. I don't want to take her out on a date. We should be friends first, 100%. Guys, if you were being completely honest with yourselves, do you really want to be friends with a woman that you're really interested in and that you're sexually attracted to? Obviously not. You don't want that. You want romance. You want sex. You don't want something that's strictly platonic. You want something beyond friendship, if you're watching this video most likely. You don't care if a girl who's just your friend takes forever to respond. But obviously, you do care if it's a girl that you're interested in. And that's why you should be direct. You should be concise. You should be decisive. Now, instead of asking, oh, how's your day going? How's this, and that? Ask one or two questions about how her week was, and don't text her all the time, but instead, get right to the point and take her on a definite date at a definite time and a definite location. Don't accept a maybe date. Oh, maybe I'm free. Maybe my girlfriend's kind of wanted to hang out, but I don't know what to do. No, don't accept any of that bullshit. Instead, only accept a definite date. And when you do that, you show initiative. And by the way, a greater way to show initiative is when you tell her we're meeting at such and such spot, at such and such time, on such and such date. That shows initiative and that's attractive. But most guys instead, they ask the girl, oh, where'd you like to go? What do you like to do? Would you like to drink coffee? Would you perhaps like to go out with me? No, that's such a low value indicator. And then, again, that's very unattractive. That leaves most guys scratching their heads like, oh, I wonder why she lost interest in me. Instead, just be authentic, be concise, be direct. You don't have to openly tell her, oh my God, I like you so much. You're so attractive every 5 minutes, because again, that's kind of a nice guy scheme and a nice guy tactic. And it's a manipulation tactic if you think about it, because you're just telling her this so that she can be interested in you and see how wonderful of a guy you are. That's all bullshit, to be honest. Instead, when you ask her for coffee, when you ask her, when are you free for coffee? When are you free for a fun time? When are you free for ice cream? When are you free for a fun adventure this week? You're getting right to the point. When you ask her those questions, she knows that you're asking them because obviously you're interested. No shit, it's a no-brainer. You're asking her these questions because you're interested in her. That's her logic. If you weren't interested, you wouldn't have been asking these questions to begin with. It's so obvious, it's common sense. So instead of bombarding her with 100 text messages throughout the day, be concise and be direct. And the fact that you asked for a date, when are you free? When are you free for coffee? When are you free for whatever? That in itself indicates interest, and you're being authentic and you're being real and you're being concise. You're getting right to the point. There's no need for 20 million text messages throughout the week just so that you go out with her. That's a bit ridiculous. Instead, focus on you, be concise, get a definite date at a definite time, and be open and authentic about your interest in her. Don't be fake. Don't be pleasing. Don't be super nice just because you want to please her and win her over. Again, that's a manipulation technique because you want to compensate for weaknesses that you have. You don't think very highly of yourself, and because of that, you're trying to put up a fake mask, a fake facade, a front. Women can smell that from miles away. So that pretty much covers why she takes such a long time to respond, guys. The reason is because you subcommunicate low value, and you are most likely not even aware of this. It all comes down to three main reasons. The first reason is you're texting her way too often and you're replying all the time right away. The second reason is because you're too nice to her to the point where you're a pushover. And the third reason is that you're indirect in terms of interacting with her and you don't get right to the point. Now that you understand what you've been doing wrong, it's easy to fix these things and do the opposite of what you've been doing and make yourself better as a man in your life. Now practice, give it time, and then slowly but surely, you'll start to become a more high value man, which women are attracted to instead of turned off by. Now just before leaving, man, hit the thumbs up button if you found the video valuable in any way. Make sure you also subscribe down below and hit the bell icon to get notified every time I release free dating advice videos like this one. Comment down in the comment section below for the future videos and ideas that you'd like me to cover. And that's pretty much it, man. Now go out there, change your life, and be high status, and it is going to work wonders for you. Peace.